Hey folks, Twisha Christian. I just want to give you guys an update on the Iraqi Dinar and kind of how it relates to a dream that I had and why I'm kind of making this video here. And I have this article here and it just talks about the fight for the world's top currency. And it says here, fight for the world's top currency plays out among Nordic neighbors. And I'm just going to read a little bit. I'm not going to read the whole entire article. But it says here, Norway's Krone has taken an early lead in the year's battle to the world's best performing major currency as a blistering rally that catapulted its neighbor to the top spot in 2020 begins to fade. Bolstered by nascent global recovery and the prospect of a hawkish shift by the central bank, the Norwegian currency is set to gain around 2% against the euro through December, according to the median estimate of analysts in a Bloomberg survey. That's the most among a group of 10 peers, beating the projected advance for Sweden's krona, which took a hit this week amid speculation the central bank was moving to cap the currency's strength after it climbed almost 5% last year. So they want to actually stop the krona from advancing, just like they did the Thai baht, right? They said the Thai baht was gaining too much strength. Right? And there's a lot of articles about all these different currencies that it's the same thing. It's the central banks that are keeping the rates down. Okay, the diverging outlooks underscores a shift in global currency markets as investors begin to look beyond the pandemic. While the krona enjoyed the tailwinds of its central bank, keeping rates on hold as others slashed borrowing costs to prop up their economies, commodity-linked currencies are now coming back into vogue as the world recovers. This should be the strongest year for the Norwegian krone in a decade. There are several different countries that have what they call the krone or krona. These are European currencies. I wanted to point out is back a long time ago, and I showed in this video where I had this dream about 2011 or 12, and I showed in there, my original emails that I was sending for people to look at. But I made a video about it back in 2018, and so that is on my list. I will put the link down below in the description. I may repost that, but I need to make some adjustments in the recording itself. So in that dream, at this particular point, the Central Bank of Iraq showed 1 USD for every dinar. All right, and the focus of that. In this dream that I had, every other currency was blocked out except for the krones. So when I saw that article and they were talking about the krone, so that's what it brought back remembrance of the dreams that I had concerning the dinar and the krones. So, but it showed all the krones around the same price, right? 205, 205, 205. So if you guys look at what the price of what the krone versus the dollar and versus the Iraqi dinar, you might be able to figure out how much this currency is actually going to revalue. So looking at this, as I compare it to what the prices are currently, and you can see like the SEK was 176 and the dream was 205, the NOK 172, 205, the DKK, the Danish krone, and then it says here 205, but at this point it showed here the 1 USD per dinar. So, and I'm thinking, well, is this, is the 205 a sign that when we see 205 in this, and none of these currencies are close to that as far as the rate is concerned. Because of everything that's going on here in the United States, there's a lot of countries, especially a lot of our enemies, thinking that they can become the world's top currency. And we see here from, we saw here from the article that the central bank is trying to put a cap on that. They've been doing it with on countries for a very long time. So at some point this thing has to explode as far as the currency and what's going on. And one of the major roadblocks to the currency revaluation is the central bank right now at this point. And with everything going on here in the United States, There's a lot of countries that are going to be trying to take the United States out for its top spot as far as the currency is concerned. So we've been seeing those moves being made over the last 2-3 years, and they've done a very good job at doing that. So I just think for me, this is just another a sign, a meaning that we're just getting closer. And then for those of you who do look into the dinar, you can check out the dream and what it possibly could mean. I think that it could be just maybe, hey, when you see the Krona at 205 for all three, maybe we're closer to that point. I don't know yet. So right now we're just going to continue just to keep a watch on currency, the Iraqi Dinar and everything else, and hopefully that we will, hopefully that in the next month or so that we will be at when things seem at their worst. That sounds bad, but that just relates to the Iraq Dinar revaluation, because it may not necessarily be some kind of war. I have shared some things about some things that are supposed to be happening prophetically in the Middle East, but all this remains to be seen. So maybe that this here is just another piece to the puzzle, what I'm presenting to you. So anyways, folks, thank you for listening. God bless. And with that being said, Twisted Christian out.